Negotiating the car deal is not the hardest part of buying a car. In fact, the most expensive part is after you shake hands with the salesperson and they introduce you to the finance manager.
Yeah.
And if you don't pay attention to what goes on in that office, it could cost you thousands.
I think back to a few years before, I got into the car business and understood it. And I bought a vehicle at a dealership, and I really think that the finance manager should have bought me dinner.
Should have bought you dinner.
Should have bought me dinner because I really felt ripped off afterwards.
I'm Ryan Leverett.
I'm Phil Menzat.
We have over 25 years of experience in the car dealership, so we're here to give you the insider's knowledge, the secrets, the behind the scenes to save you time and money the next time you buy a car.
Yeah, because the number one thing that's going to cost you money is making costly errors like I did.
So here's a story. A lady comes into the dealership. She's got about a 10-year-old GMC Acadia, and she wants to trade it in. So we get to the trade appraisal, and I'm blown away. What she owes on that GMC Acadia is way more than what the vehicle's actually worth. And at first I'm thinking all of the usual suspects. She's got a really high interest rate. She rolled a whole bunch of negative equity into the deal the last time that she bought a vehicle, the Acadia in this case. And she's like, no, it was none of those things. Actually, I have my bill of sale from when I bought it. She brings it out and I look at it and I am shocked. She literally had thousands of dollars of fees that were on that bill of sale. And I started going through them with her and she's like, I don't even know what those things are. And I said, yes, but is that your signature at the bottom of the bill of sale? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so listen, guys, it's kind of your fault. If you sign the bill of sale without knowing what you're paying for, it's kind of your fault. We don't want you to make that mistake, so we're going to share a couple things that you need to understand. And number one is that business office fees are almost always a scam. Mm-hmm. We talked about the doc fee in the last video.
Yep.
That's legit.
Legit.
It's pretty legit. I'd pay the doc fee.
I've paid it.
But I would not pay a finance placement fee.
No, there's no such thing.
Which is often the first fee that goes on when you go into the business office.
Yeah.
So they want you to finance, right? Dealerships make more money when you finance. It's easier to upsell you on a warranty or a maintenance package or what other things. They often make what's called a dealer reserve, a kickback, a referral points. They make a little more money when you finance. They want you to finance, and then they penalize you by charging you a finance fee.
Yeah.
Makes absolutely no sense. Folks, I would never pay a finance fee. There's a whole bunch of other fees that get tacked on that you should not pay. Now, there are things called levies, and they are charges that are passed on to the consumer by the government. These are legit. And we haven't talked about them yet, so we need to point them out because on your bill of sale, you're probably going to see a couple of fees and a couple of levies. Now, the most common levies are going to be for tires and air conditioning. Now, I've got two window stickers, one for a Ford, one for, it's upside down, one for a Ram.
It's a good thing you put it right side up, so I'm sure they can really read it.
Yeah, printing is so small on these things. Now, the federal excise tax. No one knows, what's a federal excise tax? It's meant to be a recuperation fund for the government to be able to recycle all of the air conditioning components that are in your vehicle. Well, it's on this Ford window sticker as $100 right there. And it's on this Ram window sticker again as $100. That's because the federal government in Canada forces the manufacturer to pass along that $100, and it can't change. If it's Nissan, if it's Toyota, if it's Hyundai, Dodge, doesn't matter. It's always going to be $100. But it's on the window sticker.
Right.
And if it's on the window sticker, it means you already paid for it in the price of the vehicle.
So if they add another $100, they're actually doubling it up, and that's where they're
Absolutely. And that's where you guys are getting screwed on paying fees. Even though the federal excise tax levy is a very legitimate levy passed along by the federal government, don't pay it twice. There's also a tire tax that can vary from province to province and state to state, but that's again legit, and it's going to be the same across all the manufacturers. In the province of British Columbia, we have something called the Vehicle Sales Authority, which is a governing arm of the British Columbia government that oversees car dealerships, and they charge the consumer $10 every time that you buy a car, new or used. Those are government levies. They're not bogus scam fees. but don't pay them twice. And before you sign a bill of sale, you sit down and make sure that that finance manager explains every single fee that is on that bill of sale.
Right. And so a thing that a lot of dealerships will do is they'll try and bury that fee.
Yeah.
But there's a way that you can spot it.
So you guys are going to do this. You're going to negotiate the best all-in price that you can with your salesperson. They're going to say, hey, what are the payments on that? And then once you've agreed on the price and the payments, you're going to get your sales professional to write on the worksheet, nothing further. Big quotations, highlight it, star it, nothing further. Which means when that worksheet and the file gets passed along to the finance manager, to the business office, they can't add anything further. No extra fees, no extra crap, no scams. You're now legally protected. And if they try to add something, they need to be able to explain it to you and for you to understand it and for you to agree to it without just doing a bill of sale, sliding it across the desk and saying, sign here, let's get your keys and into your new car. You go home, you're happy in the first day, and then you go, wait, what just happened?
Yeah. Well, and that's unfortunately part of the problem too, is that, I mean, if you're doing it all in one day, it can get tiring, right? Like you're doing a test drive, you're looking at vehicles, you're negotiating prices. You know, by the time you get into the finance office, you kind of want it to be over with. And that's
going to cost you money.
Where you just need to slow things down and take a good look at things. And
I had a customer actually this week that was in that situation where they had kids, which, you know, little rugrats running around, that's taking energy out of them as they're trying to buy a car. And I literally suggested to them, why don't we break for lunch? Why don't you guys go and grab some pizza with the kids, come back in an hour and a half, and I'll have the finance manager prepped, insurance prepped, and everything ready to go for you so that you're not feeling like you're rushing to get out the door with your kids who are restless, you're hungry, let's fix that problem and then have you come back.
Because that's what I've seen when most people come in and they're describing their previous car buying experience and they're upside down. It's like they were rushed and they just wanted to get it over with as quick as possible versus, I mean, you know, you're talking about a purchase that's in the tens of thousands, if not even hundreds of thousands of dollars today. Take your time, do it right.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, myself, if I was buying a vehicle today, I wouldn't try to do it all in one day. I'd be like, okay, this is the vehicle. And then I'd be like, okay, we'll get it ready and, you know, I'll come back tomorrow and do financing.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't let them push me. I'd be like, listen, I'll leave a deposit, which I'd be okay with doing.
Yeah.
Because dealerships do have to refund that deposit if you decide to back out of the deal. And if they push me, I'd be like, you know, always be ready to walk away if you're not comfortable.
Yeah.
Always ready to walk away.
Find a sales professional that you trust.
Yeah.
They're going to have a business manager, finance manager that they trust.
Yeah.
And make that work for you.
Yeah.
That's step number one.
And even then, because when I think about my early years in the car business too, like I always was transparent and honest with my clients. And, you know, I remember I had one client who got into a car accident. I'm following up, like, do you want me to help you again? And they're like, no, you know, to be honest, it's not you, but we really felt your business office took advantage of us. And I hate to say, I think they did too, because there were things that I heard later when I left and I'm like, oh geez, you know.
Over 25 years of experience in car dealerships, I would pay a doc fee. I would not pay a single other fee that dealership tries to throw at me other than the government levies.
Yeah.
So take your time, slow down, and if you sign the bill of sale and walk out with not knowing what you paid for, that's unfortunately your fault.
Yeah.
So follow us, like, share, and subscribe. And
you
stay
won't
tuned
have
for more content.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and you won't have those stories to tell.
That's right. Thanks, guys.